Hey guys, it is the Raw wrap up. Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter, freshly woken after a late Raw nap here in Pittsburgh, PA. Holy crap! I'm in studio. With me from Poughkeepsie, New York. He is Mad Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sorg. I couldn't hear you over the sound of our Stanley Cup bitches.
I love it. He's the one in Poughkeepsie. I'm here in Pittsburgh. He's the one clad in the Penguins gear.
I'm the one driving in from New York Tuesday night to go to the parade Wednesday morning, motherfucker.
Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. But anyways, this is about Raw. This is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, WrestlingMayhemShow.com. And Raw happened.
Raw peaked about 10 minutes in.
It was a strong start in which we got to play the game. That guy's on Raw?
Why couldn't we have... I feel... All right. So, full disclosure, I was at work tonight, so I kind of did a speed watch on Raw. I'm going to watch the rest of it later. I watched all the promos. I fast-forwarded through the matches. I feel like someone wrote the script for this Raw, but when they printed it out in reverse order.
Why is this script upside down? So Brandon did message me for the show, and he said something about hey, just remember, like, the NBA finals are tonight, so there might be some scheduling chicanery in flow of the show.
So the fuck what? NBA playoffs, Stanley Cup finals have been on the past 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think that's I don't know. I don't think it's a good indicator. You know, supposedly we had good ratings. I heard through the grapevine, which I think came from Dave Meltzer originally last week with Samoa Joe being awesome. I don't know. I think it's a poor excuse for a weird Raw.
Yep.
Every Raw should be Superman.
The show peaked 10 minutes in.
Yeah. What's happening with the ladies? We had this super long segment where everybody came out, and you're like, oh shit, Raw has this many ladies. And not that like any individual lady is bad, but the combination, it was just like, what are we doing here, guys?
I mean, I think they literally just did this to kind of promote that SmackDown is having a women's ladder match on Sunday.
When I see there was a message that somebody's like, somebody's messing around, but they're like, hey, it would be interesting if Stephanie McMahon came out and just did later in the night, they had the first ever women's Money in the Bank match. that was a good call.
All right, see, that's some shit they would have done in the mid-2000s when there was an actual brand competition.
Yeah.
If Kurt Angle actually cared about that shit, he'd be like, hey, you know what? Ladder match right now. Everyone there except Alexa Bliss, whoever wins gets to be a number one contender.
Let me, Mike.
Yeah,
I want to talk about a bear for a second.
Do we have to?
What?
Do we have to?
I gotta say,
Dean Ambrose needs to leave Raw for 6 months.
The announcers,
months.
It's okay. He's replaced with the bear. And nobody knows who's under him.
Any semblance of Dean Ambrose, and that includes Renee Young, needs to leave Raw for 6 months.
Whoa!
Hey, Sorg.
I think you just woke me up with that statement.
Renee Young's on SmackDown. Renee Young's on SmackDown.
Why? You leave Nene alone.
No. I'm sorry.
Son of a bitch.
Bitch. Can't do that. Ugh. Can't do that. Dean Ambrose needs to leave Raw for 6 months.
Nope.
6 months. Yep. 6 months. Actually, you know what? All right, I'll retract. 5 months. All 3 members of the Shield need to leave Raw. And they come back for Survivor Series as the Shield. That's what I want.
Okay, that could be fun.
See? Right? And it will refresh all of their characters.
Yeah, a little bit. But again, wrestling needs off seasons, or at least like character off seasons. That's why Jericho still is fresh, because he goes away for a while and he knows it, and he's aware of it, right? But he has
Chris Jericho and
so
Lucha
basically,
are better than all of us. Sorg.
the answer is everybody needs to start a band.
Well, Elias Sampson is a great guitar man.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Probably my second favorite part of Raw tonight was Elias Sampson doing his song.
It's at least in the top 5 every week at this point.
Yes.
So,
but I mean,
but
I don't even know what the fuck Raw was tonight.
I feel bad because I read these great tweets, but I never catch who says them. But there's another one that there's a picture going around. I think it might have been Fans Podcast that did this one and said that Elias Sampson is if Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins had a baby. Yep. And I'm I can't unsee that now. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Shiloh, I can't unsee that now. But he's looking good out there. So good to see our hometown boy, Elias Sampson. That friend of the show, doing great on Raw as well, and getting a win over Dean Ambrose. You know who I really wanted to? So we had this thing with missed opportunities. We had this thing with The Miz. He's looking for people to help him out. He's trying to get an entourage. He tries to recruit Keith Slater for some reason. Gets denied, and then wouldn't it be great? I'm thinking there, and I'm like, who would they bring in? Like, is this? Like, I feel like this is a perfect opportunity if they're going to do it to bring back John Morrison.
Yeah.
Secondly, like if that was a thing, not that I want that to happen for Lucha Underground's sake, but and also, there's somebody else that they've been mentioning has been gone to film a movie. Mike,
David Otunga.
Did you know? He's out filming a movie.
I heard tell of that. I heard tell that he's.
Wouldn't it be great if he was the guy that came out and helped out The Miz?
Sorg, do you know who the perfect person to help The Miz is? A fucking movie director with a golden painted face.
Ooh.
It's literally writing itself, but it's like one hand is writing one story, one hand is writing the other story, but they never compare notes.
Guess which one is writing with his left hand and is not left-handed?
The fucking Goldust one.
Pretty much.
Because that one's basically just copying and pasting movie quotes.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
And you know what, Sorg?
It's more like the keyboard combination, which is your left hand anyways, Sorg, typically. So
Maurice could be Marlena 2000.
There you go.
I originally said Summer Rae, but Maurice fills that role quite nicely.
And I think this is a character thing that happened tonight. But Bayley hugs, and Corey Graves saying he needs a cigarette.
Sorg, can we have a serious discussion about Bayley?
Let's have a. Is this the no hug zone?
No. Sorg, remember? Let me take you on a journey. Back when, about little under 3 years ago. Sorg, I'm gonna take you on a journey. Of a young boy of a man named Mike who went to Brooklyn for the first NXT takeover in Brooklyn. Do you know what that young boy of a man named Mike was so excited for, Sorg?
Young boy of a man?
Yeah. Young boy of a man named Mike. I'm stealing it from National Lampoon. Okay. Stay with me, Sorg. Do you know what that young boy of a man named Mike was so excited for the first takeover in Brooklyn, Sorg?
What was that? Young Mike
young boy of a man named Mike. Yeah. He was excited because Sasha Banks was the champion, and it looked like she was about to pass the torch to a young up-and-comer, a spunky young Bayley, who liked hugs, was an underdog, and was beginning to fight her way to the top. She had defeated Becky Lynch. She had defeated Charlotte after several tries. And now she was getting Sasha Banks. And Sorg, do you know what happened that night? They stole the fucking show from everybody. From everyone, Sorg. And it was beautiful. And then, do you know what happened a year after that, Sorg? Well, the first year, the young boy of a man named Mike, he cried when Bayley won. He cried because it was very emotional. It was a very powerful story being told there. And the next year, we had a similar story. Bayley, now the champion. And she was going up against this dominating person named Asuka. A buzzsaw, a juggernaut, Sorg. And Bayley lost. Again. And the young boy of a man named Mike, well, he cried once more, Sorg. And now, that young boy of a man named Mike, he watches Raw. And he watches these segments with Bayley. And he cries. But these tears, these are not tears of joy, Sorg. These are tears because, how do they fuck up Bayley this badly?
It's just handed to you. Like it's an easy story, right?
It's the easiest fucking story. They did it twice. They did it 2 years in a row in NXT. Just tell the same fucking story. Why is she a creeper now? What the ever-loving fuck are they doing with Bayley?
I worry.
They have made me not want to see Bayley on television.
I worry that the only thing they know what to do with her is to turn her into Eugene.
You're right.
Not Eugene like in Prime W. I mean, if you see Eugene,
not Eugene in Mentally Challenged, but Eugene.
I just saw I saw Eugene just about a month ago at a charity show here in the area, and he's not as Eugene as he used to be. Right, but
yeah,
which, not as Eugene, is kind of Bayley.
Oh man,
that childlike, but
But I mean, see, that's what Bayley was like when she first debuted in NXT. I'm not saying we have to go all the way back there. If you were going to do that, you should have done it when she debuted on Raw. But I mean,
right?
I want Bayley to take 6 months off. I want her to go away, or go away for a couple months and come back on SmackDown. But
you got Emma. You got your chance with Emma.
Yeah. Let's hope she can stay on television for a solid month.
Please.
That's my hope. That's my hope with Emma. That's the only thing I can really hope for.
Oh, so did you feel like once they finally got to doing stuff with the ladies tonight, did you feel like they were trying to Me Too with the ladies on SmackDown after their brawl last week?
Oh God, Raw's women division, doesn't matter who's in it. They've been trying to catch up to SmackDown since the brand split.
Oh, absolutely.
And they've been failing miserably.
So, well, I know you didn't watch Raw tonight. You did a speed watch and everything.
I did a speed watch of the matches. But
what do you think the watchable of Raw is going to be tonight?
Oh God, I don't know, because none of the matches seem to matter.
We didn't get into the main event because I honestly didn't see it. I fell asleep.
The main event, it was a good match from what I saw, but it ended in a double count out.
Yeah.
What is the damn point?
Well, it's set up for the pay-per-view. Obviously.
Then just set up for the fucking pay-per-view. Why do you run a 2 out of 3 falls matches with no winner when Lucha Underground just had "There is no ties in my temple"? Come on.
That is definitely
Kurt
something.
Angle, come out, restart the fucking match.
I gotta say that is something where Lucha goes and says it sticks out, in that regard. But So really, Raw has, you're right. Raw has even less of an excuse with that because that happened. It was pre-taped a year ago.
Like seriously,
Ish.
what? Who in their right mind thinks that is a good idea? How about here's what you do: you have a 2 out of 3 falls match. Okay, Sorg, here's my idea. Here's my concept. Are you ready for this? It's a little confusing, but I think it's a cool idea. You have a 2 out of 3 falls match, but you have singles. Okay, you have Sheamus versus Matt Hardy. You have Cesaro versus Jeff Hardy. If in the first 2 falls, Sheamus wins and Cesaro wins, they get to pick the stipulation at Great Balls of Fire. If Matt and Jeff win, they get to pick the stipulation at Great Balls of Fire. If one member from each team wins the first 2 falls, you have those guys fight in the 3rd fall. And the winner of that picks the stipulation at Great Balls of Fire. That way you can have a fucking ending. You set up for the pay-per-view, and it's actually creative. That took me 2 seconds to think of. It's not difficult.
That seems a little complicated.
No, it isn't.
It does.
No, it isn't.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna that's a little
It's
overbooking.
better than ending the night with a double count out.
Yeah.
It is. They had vignettes. They had vignettes. They had 2 interview segments, all to set up for fuck you, fans.
Mike.
Yeah. What?
I'm sensing you might be mad about this.
Raw is so this isn't because of the NBA finals. This is because Raw is lazy 99% of the time.
What was the one thing from about a month ago? Somebody said with the talent that is on Raw, you should be able to have a WrestleMania worthy show every week.
Yep. I'm not saying you have to, but you should be able to.
And we haven't even seen Finn Balor since the pay-per-view. Finn wasn't on tonight. Roman wasn't on tonight. Yeah, Roman's having a special announcement about SummerSlam next week. What is happening right now?
Oh, I didn't even see that part. Don't tell me he's going to challenge the winner of
Joe and Brock. Maybe did you? And on top of that, this is not entirely about the show, but it could be on the ads for July 4th and John Cena. They have now just a couple of words additional to that last splash screen about July 4th John Cena returns.
Oh no, I fast forwarded through it. What was it?
Free agent John Cena.
Oh, fuck my ass.
And that made me realize, guess who wasn't around for the Superstar shakeup?
Why does that mean he's a free agent?
Because
that doesn't mean he's a free agent.
Because the WWE makes up the rules when they matter or they don't want to matter.
So in other words, they are desperate to get the Raw ratings back up. Yeah. So we're gonna see.
Yep. And you can have your dream match: Roman Reigns versus John Cena
versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Yes. For control of the universe, soul title.
So hold on. Let's back the truck up here.
You mean the money truck from all the money that's gonna make?
No, I don't. I don't at all. I mean the manure truck from how full of shit this is. The only thing that is good about that is I feel much better for Jinder Mahal and Kevin Owens. I feel much better for them.
Go play over there, kids.
Because when I saw John Cena coming back on July 4th, I said, Jinder and Kevin Owens need to take a personal day. So that John Cena doesn't come for either of their titles. Because one, you have a Canadian claiming to be the face of America.
Oh.
2, you have a man from Punjab who's the WWE champion.
Oh man, I can't wait for John Cena. John Cena's win both of the titles in the triple threat match on July 4th, and it'll be so America.
Can we just call John Cena Mark Wahlberg at this point?
Can we
just do that? He's gonna power around off his
prime. Gonna bring a fucking transformer with him too, because he's John fucking Cena.
I'm an inventor. This could be a huge game changer for me.
It's a different show. I don't know. It was like an hour 45 was watchable tonight.
You know what I want to see on July 4th, Sorg? You know what I want to see? John Cena versus
fireworks.
No. You know what I want to see, Sorg? John Cena versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That's all I want to see.
Oh, that is so America.
Right? That's all I want to see. John Cena versus Shinsuke Nakamura one time, and then he can go to the Maryland of Raw and get completely hosed, and we'll have John Cena, I don't know, destroy all the Shield at the same time and maybe bang JoJo while he's at it. I don't know.
Ew.
Just to mess with a bunch of people at the same time.
Riding the JoJo train.
Oh, God. Sorg.
This is weird without us talking about the story that came from, but we'll just leave you guys in Google and figure it out.
It's okay. I mean, you know.
Oh, and this is not like the page thing. I just want to make that clear.
This is not the page thing. This is a new definition to the Eater of Worlds. I just broke the Sorgatron.
I need to go back to my nap. All right. On that note,
follow
Mad Mike,
the buzzards.
Brandon and Tina have been in the chat all night.
I'm so sorry you guys had to hear that.
Saying a lot of things.
So Sorg, how much of Raw was watchable for you tonight? Because for me, about the first 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes.
What if somebody ask if I'm am I repping Ohio's for Killers? Is this a color scheme or something?
Yeah, you are repping Cleveland right now.
Am I?
With the
I guess I am.
Yeah, so Sorg is a jinx because breaking the Warriors have defeated the Cavaliers.
Whatever. Is that the championship? Is it done?
It's over now. So Raw next week, you got no fucking excuse.
Whatever.
You better be good.
Whatever, sports ball. Whatever.
Raw's got no excuse next week.
Mike, I like parades.
You like crates?
I like parades.
Oh, okay.
Why isn't there parades with wrestling? The only time there was a parade with wrestling was when they signed Hulk Hogan to WCW. And I think that needs to change.
Occasionally, John Cena leads the Rose Bowl parade.
This is true. Yeah, he was a grand marshal.
Occasionally. So basically, what you're saying is, we need to have a parade for Jinder Mahal. I'd be okay with this.
Well, he kind of had. I mean, he had a celebration and everything, which was super. That was super.
But Sorg, what is wrong with Raw? Raw has no excuse. Because guess what? SmackDown airs during those sports ball games too, and SmackDown's been pretty good.
Raw has no competition, and they can do whatever they want. It's just like this one Comic-Con that happens in the area. It's the biggest one, and they can be dicks to everybody, but it doesn't matter because they're the biggest one, right?
Sorg, you know what the competition of Raw is to Raw? Me just not paying the fucking attention.
The world. There's plenty else to do.
Yeah, literally everything is the competition for Raw.
Like Sony had a press conference, I think Brandon brought up in the chat room. Not that I think that takes a lot of eyeballs away, because it's really
it took Riz's eyeballs away. It took Bobby's eyeballs away. I don't think they watch Raw.
I don't think anybody in our circle watches basketball like heavily, so that's not a thing. But I mean, Cleveland and California, sure,
Yeah,
Mike, where people find you?
You can find me in Pittsburgh this week, bitches.
Oh yeah.
No, you can find me at Mad Mike 4883 on the Twitter machine. Apologies for the past couple of days. There have been a lot of retweets about hockey. I will get back to wrestling at some point. But yeah. And you can also find me at Mayhem Show with the hashtag MM for when I live tweet programs. I don't know how much of that's going to be happening this week because I will be away from my television.
And of course, you can find me sorgatronmedia.com. Usually I'm in the studio sleeping, I guess, at this point, because that's you eat, sleep, podcast.
Repeat.
We got something special coming up that you're going to check out later this week. We'll see you guys next time. Keep it raw.
Da, 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 da.